Wizards of the Coast, you're getting things right. Don't you love when you go through a fast food restaurant's drive-thru and they don't get your order wrong? Everything's perfect. You go home and you're going to put together a new cabinet and all the screws and pieces are there and you can understand the directions? Amazing. How about when you go and put a puzzle together with your kids and nobody messes it up and none of the pieces are lost? Awesome, right? That's how I feel right now with the path that Wizards of the Coast is on. Everything just feels right. With Kamigawa and Neon Dynasty, we have a good path, good rhythm to how they've done it, the power level, the chase cards. But it took Wizards a long time to get here, didn't it? A lot of ups and downs, trials, to see how players reacted to things. Do you know, in case you're new to this channel, way back, 2009, I was at 401 Games here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and Zendikar had just come out. I'd been back in Magic for about a year and a half, mainly just buying singles of old school cards and the odd pack here or there. But when Zendikar came out, it just kind of caught my eye. I said, wow, this is pretty cool. So I bought a few boxes, and I was cracking a box sitting there at the store, and a guy came over to the counter and said, you know what? I just cracked a Time Twister out of that pack. Everyone kind of laughed and chuckled and said, no. Sorry, you can't do that. We know that's a joke. But when you went home and you read the boards and you started investigating, you very well could. Because that is the first time they gave us priceless treasures. 2009, Wizards of the Coast, in the first print run only for Zendikar, only the first print run, had gone out, bought cards on the secondary market, places like eBay, TCG Player, on the secondary market, bought those cards and randomly inserted them into packs of Zendikar. So that way they didn't break their own reprint policy rule, but they inserted these cards so people had a chance to open, just like back in 1993, a piece of power. You could open a Black Lotus in your hands. Amazing. People blew their minds, started buying that stuff like hotcakes. I remember people picking up whole cases and taking it home right there in front of me when it was all confirmed it was real. I was just happy to open some Misty Rainforest, to be honest. Amazing stuff. But that set that wheel in motion for Wizards of the Coast. They probably analyzed that data for a whole year and said, how can we make this better but cut the costs, and what do we have on hand? We can't just keep going back to the secondary market and paying those prices. What do we have available? Well, we waited years, and all of a sudden, 2015, it is Battle for Zendikar. Wizards comes back with a bang and gives us our first priceless treasures in the modern sense we know today, and that was full art fetch lands, beautiful artwork, foiling. Oh, so beautiful, right? We all enjoyed it. We were like just freaking out when we saw these things come. Me as an older school player, I would have loved to have seen, a Lotus be inserted in there, but it's okay. I was still really like, wow, this is amazing. Way to go, Wizards of the Coast. They had a good path set. But as is typical with Wizards at that time, they want to cut costs but keep the thrills up. So they go ahead a year later and they give us Oath of the Gatewatch. Yeah, it had priceless treasure lands in it, but they were the watered down filter lands and stuff. And I opened a whole bunch. They were not that hard to get. It just wasn't as difficult as it was for the other cards. So it didn't have that same special feel. The prices didn't hold. They were pretty affordable. Actually, they're not even that expensive by today's standards, considering this set's already 6 years old, right? Just saying, Wizards kind of messed up. So then they go ahead and they say, hey, we're going to give you Kaladesh, beautiful gold lands. What do you guys think? Guess what? We blew our minds again. Yeah, you gave us awesome stuff. We were like totally smoking it, saying, yeah, this is what I like to see. Way to go, Wizards. We are congratulating them, patting them on the back. Oath of the Gatewatch is forgiven. You killed the Eldrazi. We've forgiven you. These are good cards. We're happy again. All right. And then, yeah, as typical, they watered it down again in the second set. Gave us Aether Revolt. Beautiful gold still, but not the same quality of cards. Not the same you want to see. It's okay. We still kind of forgave them. Aether Revolt still holds pretty good value, and so do a lot of those cards that were the inventions. But then they messed up. Amonkhet, 2017, Nicol Bolas, Desert World. Kind of cool, I thought. But these lands did not go over well. They were hard to read. They still kind of kept to that gold theme with some, some cool blues and stuff, but people didn't like them. They found them hard to read, difficult, and they're just like, I found that actually scratched very easy, by the way. The ones I saw, it was very easy to put a mark on those things, so they just didn't go well. But they were already following that path, and they gave us Hours of Devastation. People panned it. People hated it. Hated the set. That was the end of it. That was the end. And they canceled things. They were supposed to have another set in the Ixalan block. They canceled that, made it into like the Flipland sections. You can read about that and check it out. But that's where they left it. So the ship has gone a full circle from 2009, all this awesomeness, and they slowly kind of just killed their own stuff. Wizards is known to do that, and people weren't happy. And they left it alone for a couple of years. They followed stuff going on in the sports card world. They probably listened to a lot of people commenting on boards and channels like ours, and then they gave it to us. They brought us around to Kamigawa. And they gave us that chase card, the neon, that people actually are losing their minds for. And by the way, they kind of tried it out, if you paid attention, in Commander Legends, with the Jeweled Lotus being actually difficult to get. It was not easy to get. They saw that if they make the card more difficult, the value stays higher and the chase is on. Players like that. They like a little bit of the gambling chase that they can get from products like this. And these are hard to get. Less than 1% has people floored at opening this product like you wouldn't believe. I haven't seen a product open this much in a very long time. Sales are just phenomenal across the board. Things are selling out, and actually for collector boxes, they're charging more money. Way to go, like Wizards. We have no complaints about that. You've done an excellent job up to this point with what you're doing. Now they've got a great year now set up for 2022. We've got Streets of New Capenna. Let's hope they do a good job. Maybe insert some kind of chase in there. We got the Triomes coming in, although they're not called Triomes, but they are. All coming back into play. Then we're going to follow up with Commander Legends Baldur's Gate. Cool. That's like Commander Legends 2, I guess. Then we got Dominaria United. Brothers War ends off the year. We have some very good double, triple masters. Wizards has set things on a very nice path for this part of their year. And if they keep going with what they're doing, they will have success, and they will keep this kind of hype going for quite a while, and people will open their wallets and spend the money, myself included. I like what I see. I'm excited again. I love when things like this just all seem to fit together and work well. And that's what Wizards has given us up to this point. I'm hoping they don't water this down throughout the year and ruin the progress they've made with the beautiful set that is Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. I can't wait to get into seeing what they're going to give us for the spoilers, because Capenna's coming up a month away now. We're going to have Streets of New Capenna out, and we get to see a new product and start flipping through. Now, I still think there's probably too many products out there, but we can all be selective and choose the ones that are best for us, as well as going ahead and just buying singles wherever necessary for certain cards you want. If you want to get that super hard to get Neon Ink card, just spend the $350 and get it. Don't buy 3 boxes hoping. Don't buy 1 collector box hoping to get it. If that's the card you're after, buy it on the secondary market before it goes too high. That's what I would recommend anyway, instead of just chasing a card that you know is now available on the secondary market. Now you have it. You can say, I've got this super hard, difficult card to get. It's in my collection and nobody can take that away from me. A lot of people have done that during all these buyouts, all these awesome stuff they've been doing. They go for the card they want. It's no different in Modern or any of the other formats out there. If it's a card you want bad enough, don't buy a sealed product hoping. Go ahead and grab it. But Wizards is smart, right? They know there's going to be a certain segment that's just going to crack packs, hoping to get it for the thrill of cracking packs. That makes Wizards happy. All those products I showed you today, they all have slightly higher than anticipated returns at this point in their life because they have chase cards held within them. And that makes players happy. It makes sealed box people happy. So when they sell this stuff, yeah, it's a little higher of a price. But whoever's buying it may crack it open and get lucky and get one of those cards, and that's what drives people on. And by the way, if you're looking back for Zendikar, it's very hard to say anything is first edition now. You always kind of have to go with a bundle pack, the fat packs back then. That's the only way to get first edition now, to truly get first edition. So keep that in mind if you ever actually want to try to go back to Zendikar and crack yourself a piece of power. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today. Wizards is on the right path. I like what we see, and I'm really excited for what's coming up in the Streets of New Capenna and what everything else that Wizards has in store for us. They've set a good template for the year. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. I hope you had a good time here today. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Of course, a big shout out goes out to all the fantastic patrons on the channel. Thanks again, guys, for making this all possible. And for all the guys out there using my TCG affiliate link, thank you again, guys. Those little bits really add up. Looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Don't you love it when you know something that other people don't know? You're just hanging on there like, oh, I want to tell you so bad, but I can't tell you because it would ruin the surprise. That's how I feel. Number 1, when we get to 10K, it's going to be a surprise. Number 2, something's coming. Not going to tell you guys what. Something's coming. A little bit of spice. All right, guys, have a great day today. A little bit of spice.